Good afternoon, good evening, good wherever you are. How's everybody doing the day? We are back with more Final Fantasy 15, 16, 16.
I fear that the old road to Phoenix Gate was lost to the Blight many years ago. Have care out there, both of you.
Where are you off to, then? Or hasn't your master told you? Either way, I expect our humble village ain't your final destination. Not to say it didn't have its charms. Take that tower. Relic of the Fallen it is. Must have stood there 1,000 years. And in all that time, no one's ever been inside. Mysterious, eh?
Oh.
Anything take your fancy?
Gaia Blade. Wait, why does it say 10? Oh, it's because I think I upgraded to Gaia +2. Never mind. Battle chains. Ooh, I can afford that. Rook's Gambit.
Come back soon now.
Not sure this harvest will see us through winter.
Maybe. But it's not as though we've got anywhere else to go.
Might be a little bit quiet today because I'm a bit under the weather. Currently have a bit of an earache, even though I've got an earbud in, but I've got my earbuds turned down. Yeah, I've got a bit of an ear problem at the minute. Try to get to the doctors, but as usual, the doctors around here are a nightmare to get into. Hopefully once I get playing I'll perk up a bit.
Not bad at all. We'll make
Sleep in the day.
Wonder if Martha could spare us a few bushels.
A few bushels? Not likely, mate.
Well, aren't you dressed up smart? Especially for a bearer. Proper little prince you look.
That's because I am. Na, 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 upgrade yesterday from getting the Minotaur stuff that I needed. Oh, hello. Careful you don't set that breath alight. Right. Guess he's saying the blacksmith has stinky breath.
Make it quick. What's Sancfordian, dear?
But it was that. I thought I needed a Minotaur main for other stuff. Maybe I did, but now I don't need it because I've just been given a lot of good gear. Yeah, I think I was originally going to make that.
You can thank me later. And?
Yes, I don't really need it.
Yes? What? Go on then. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. Finished, are you?
Problem is, you can't equip a whole lot of stuff. You. Hello, little fluff. Coming or what? Coming? Ah, well, I'll let you do what you want to do. Crack on. Come here, then. You keep chirping on us like you want us, but then you'll not come. What you after? Hello, beautiful. Go there. No, alright, go on then. Off you go.
Where'd you get your fancy new clobber? And where can I get some?
You ain't getting any. Mine.
Kenneth is a miracle. And it...
Alright.
I just don't have.
Ow, that really hurt. That was right in my belly of that. I need to find some other way to listen to my game. I could put the audio through my TV, I suppose, but then I'll not hear like any alerts or anything. Well, too late to turn back now. Now that the annoying thing with my current setup is if I disconnect my earbuds, OBS doesn't automatically reconnect unless I restart the whole thing. What? What do you have to? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Very loud. Maxed out. Huh. I think this monitor's quieter than that monitor, because obviously I used to have my game coming through that monitor. And I've swapped them back to the way I originally used to have things. So my monitor's on this side and not that side. My gaming. But the volume coming through this speaker doesn't seem as... I mean, that's the one flaw with these monitors. The speakers aren't very loud. But again, they're both the same... Unless one's slightly upgraded, but they're supposed to be the same model monitor. I got one like 2 years after the other one. When I finally decided I wanted two with the same monitor. But the speaker on that one seems to be louder. Oh wait, man, I can just do it the other way that I used to do things. Duh, hang on. That's not what I want. I think I can anyway. If I set the monitor... If I set the monitor... Volume mixer. How the hell did I set this up? Don't know how I set this up. Speakers? Didn't it work? Oh. Boop boops. I can hear you. You see anyone go boop boops? Huh. How the hell did I set this last time? I used to have it. I used to be able to swap it freely to my speakers and everything. Now I can't seem to figure that out. The hell did I used to set this up? Hang on. Sound settings. Those are good boy. Copy pips. Copy pips. Pip pips. Pip pips. Oh wait, I remember. Yeah. Hang on. I remember now. Yeah. I do it directly from OBS, man. File, settings, audio. Yeah, we're going there. I changed that to speakers. Why? There we go. The filter still work decent enough so that it blocks out the audio coming through the mic. I'll find out when I speak to somebody. Blocks out generic audio, but as soon as someone speaks, that's usually when the mic picks things up.
I fear that the old road to Phoenix Gate was lost to the Blight many years ago.
Yeah, it's picking
Have
it up.
care out there, both of you.
He's picking it up. You're a good lad, aren't you? Yeah, you're a good little budgie. Who's a good boy? Oh, good boy, yeah?
I fear that the old road to Phoenix Gate was lost to the Blight many years ago. Have care out there, both of you.
Piggy boy. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na.
I fear that the old road to Phoenix Gate was lost to the Blight many years ago. Have care out there, both of you.
Wow. That's weird. The second I added that noise gate filter, it completely killed the whole mic. Try it again. Testing. There we go.
I fear that the old road to Phoenix Gate was lost to the Blight many years ago. Have care out there, both of you.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Test. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I fear that the old road to Phoenix Gate was lost to the Blight many years ago. Have care out there, both of you.
Hopefully the noise gate's fine like that.
I fear that the old road to Phoenix Gate was lost to the Blight many years ago. Have care out there, both of you.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Test. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Right. We'll see how that goes. If the filter is terrible, let us know and I'll sort it out. You decided to come over here for a bit. Mary, you decided to come over here. You come shoulder? can go on my shoulder. Good boy. Good boy. Good one. Good boy. Tinker. Yeah, little buddy Tinker. Alright. As a microphone, the problem with this mic is it's like it's tearing all around it. It focuses more on the front, but not enough. Like it picks up a lot of stuff going on in the background. If I like obviously click my fingers behind here, it's gonna pick it up. Or if it just deafened a load of people.
You? Those are Elwyn's. By the flames. You're his firstborn. Clive Rosfield.
You're mistaken.
Oh, you can't fool me, my lord. You're the very image of your father. And that would be true even if you weren't wearing his clothes. The self-same garments Hannah was keeping for you, if I'm not mistaken. She always swore that she would never part with them until the day Elwyn's sons returned. And now that day has come. Why, you'll be able to take your bearers back as well.
My bearers.
Hello.
Forgive me, Master Mayor. I was a child when last I came to Eastpool. I didn't recognize you.
Oh, I'd be surprised if you recognized anything at all. Much has changed since Rosaria fell to the Empire. Not least for the bearers, who once served her noble families. When the Ironbloods sacked Rosalith 13 years back, many who lost their masters fled here in search of sanctuary.
And never returned.
Aye. The plan was to send them home once we'd won back the capital. But then the Imperials arrived. Rosaria became a province of Sanbreque. The duchy was dissolved, and they no longer had any home to return to. Back in your father's day, any bearer who lost their master became a ward of the duchy. We'd hand them over to the sheriffs, and they'd be assigned a new position. But when we saw how the Empire treated their branded, we knew that wasn't an option. So they've been here ever since.
And now you want to give them to me?
They're yours by right, Lord Rosfield. Bequeathed you by your late father. And they'd be better off serving you than hiding here. Indeed, many of them used to serve your house, and still considered the Rosfields their masters.
I'm no one's master. Not anymore. They wouldn't be safe with me.
I understand. You'll forgive an old man his fanciful notions. Been daydreaming for too long. But still, I would ask a favor of you. A small mercy.
If it is within my power.
One of the bearers is an elderly fellow who still swears absolute loyalty to Archduke Elwyn. I don't ask that you take him into your service, only that you meet with him. Let him see that Elwyn's son still lives, and that he's as fine a man as his father ever was.
It would be my honor.
Thank you, my lord. He sits by the well most days, watching the people go about their business. If you could show him your face, I would be most grateful.
Good lad. Be a good
As fine
boy.
a man as my father.
You're not so very different, you know. Especially dressed like that. Come on, let's go and meet that bearer.
Good lady. Be a good boy. You're getting a little hot. Getting hot. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's a kiss. He's a kiss. Oh, he's a kiss. Thank you. He's a kiss. He's a kiss.
You'll find the bearer I spoke of over by the well. Introduce yourself. It will mean a lot to him.
I'm about to wear me a boot. Maybe down here. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hello, people. Good boy, yes. Kiss, kiss. Yay, kiss, kiss. Village. Hey, babies. Hey, little beta. You're a bad beta. You be a good boy, okay? Not well. On the border.
Where are you off to then? Or hasn't your master told you? Either way, I expect our humble village ain't your final destination. Not to say it didn't have its charms. Take that tower. Relic of the Fallen it is. Must have stood there 1,000 years. And in all that time, no one's ever been inside. Mysterious, eh?
I'm not sure this harvest will see us through winter.
Maybe. But it's nice how we've got it first.
He's not here.
He's fell in the well.
Well, I can't leave without meeting him. I've let the mayor down once already. It would be cruel to disappoint him again.
Right, let's ask around. Someone must have seen him.
He fell in the well. Be interesting if he actually did fall in the well. Hey, yes, you're a good boy.
Where are you off to then? Or hasn't your master told you? Either way, I expect our humble village ain't your final destination. Not to say it didn't have its charms. Take that tower.
Alright. Cool. It. Not at all. Turn that off. Gonna have to go back to using my boots. It's gonna hurt, but I'm gonna have to do it. I'll just have to turn it down in the ear boots so they're not as loud. Right.
Good day, milady. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a bearer, an elderly fellow who used to serve the Rosfields. Have you seen him?
Ah, that old loon. No sign of him today. Funny, he's usually down by the well at this hour, cooking up his fantasy feasts.
I'm sorry?
Oh, he worked in the kitchens at Rosalith Castle back in the day. Still thinks he's there now. You'll often hear the poor fool chatting away to the Archduke. Living in a dream he is. But better there than here, I suppose. Can't imagine the Viceroy stopping to trade tales with a bearer. Can you?
No.
Anyway, you'll be round here somewhere. Doubt he has the path to stray too far.
Thank you. We'll keep looking.
Well now, unfamiliar faces. What brings you to Eastpool, travellers?
We're looking for an elderly bearer. You wouldn't happen to have seen him, would you?
Ah, you mean the old boy who always waits by the well?
Yes, that's him.
What business do you have with him, if you don't mind me asking? You're not from the capital too, are you?
We are, in a way.
Well then, it's a pleasure to meet a fellow Rosalithian. I was born and raised down Market Street, and never would have left if Archduke Elwyn had survived the fire. It wasn't the same when the Duchess
What's up with
took
my
over,
mic?
though. All the beatings, the evictions, the levies going up and up and up, even as the blight took half the harvest. Oh, listen to me, telling you what you already know. I'm sorry. And I'm afraid I can't help you with your bearer either, though I doubt he'll have gone far. He comes here every day, almost as if he's waiting for something.
We'll keep asking around then. Thank you.
Oh, hold on a mo. Patrick the Chocobo Keeper might know where your bearer is. He's taken the old boy under his wing, so to speak. You should go and have a word with him. He'll be in the stables.
Patrick the Chocobo Keeper. Thank you. We will.
I'm sorry, Jill, for making you do all this in my stead.
It can't be helped if we're to keep up the pretense. Come on, let's head for the stables.
Yeah, Patrick will know where he's got to. He's been looking after the poor soul for a while now. Try the stables. He should be there this time of day.
Doing fluff.
As I said, he couldn't have gone far, even if he wanted to. Poor devil.
Come on then, up. Hello. You have to. Who's a good boy? You're a good lady, yeah. Good lady. Who's a good boy? Kissy kiss. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're a good lady, aren't you? Thank you. You're a good boy, yeah. Look here. Come on then. You're a good naughty. Nah. Does it seem like there's a delay to my mic? There with us. It seems every day I'm having to mess with this damn mic. It's not as good as it's supposed to be. Hello, you. Because fucking Elgato just keep messing with the software and breaking everything. Like originally, there's like an input-output buffer you can set for the microphone. They fucked that up a few years ago and made it so you couldn't access that. It was originally hidden by a secret feature where you had to hold control while clicking the settings on the Wavelink software. Eventually they patched that out and people kicked off. Then they added it back in. Now they've patched it so the input and output is now merged together as one, so you can't have the settings separate like you used to be able to. So you could have like smallest, small, medium, high and highest, something like that, as the settings for the buffers. But you could set them individually for the input and output. But now they've gone to merge them together for some stupid reason. Will you behave? You're a bad lad. I said you behave. Bad lad. Hang on, I'm going to quickly fix some settings. I tried putting HDR back on, but I'm going to keep it off. It's too much for faff. I'm curious what it's like with the Elgato X. Because the S Plus, it's not very good. Supports it, but it just makes the capture side of things dark as hell. Right, so now I've got to go to these. Let's see, filters. No, not on that. Filters. Delete. Add. Right, so now I do that. That in it. That in it. That definitely ended. Alright, that'll do. Better. Alright, that'll do. Sorted.
Where the bloody hell's he got to?
Excuse me, but is something the matter?
It's this bearer I've been minding. I take my eyes off him for 1 minute and he disappears. He's not in his usual spot by the well, nor anywhere else in the village.
You must be Patrick.
Testing
am,
1, 2.
And this bearer you're looking for, he's an elderly man who used to work in the Rosalith Castle kitchens, yes?
That's the fella. How do you know all this? I've never seen you in Eastpool before, but you seem to know the place better than I do myself. Ah, so that's how it is. Well then, if you're acting under orders of the mayor, you're on about to help me find him. He's been losing what little sense he had left of late, saying the sheriffs are coming to collect him and that he needs to go back to the castle. I was supposed to watch over him, keep him out of trouble. But if he's walked out on us, there's not a lot I can do.
Understood. You keep searching here, we'll look for him outside.
Thank you. I'm in your debt.
I hope he hasn't wandered into trouble.
Let's just concentrate on finding him.
I'll have myself there. That's better.
Still no sign. Could he have strayed even further?
Ah, he'd be at that cliff edge overlooking things.
Look, there's someone over there.
It might be him. We should hurry. company.
We can't lead them to the old man. They need to die.
Agreed.
Quick, get the beehive chips.
Wait.
Don't let them get away.
Keep your distance, boy. It's over.
Nice. Ah. I need some more painkillers. My ear is acting up again. Again, doesn't help I've got earbuds in. That's the only way I can listen to the game.
Are you all right, my friend? Come on. Let's go home.
Your Grace, you came for me. I waited for you so long, but you finally came.
I'm not who you think.
Clive.
Well, he's going to pretend. Since he's old.
Yes. Pray forgive my long delay.
It's nothing, Your Grace. I prayed to the Founder that you would come, and at long last, he answered. Will we be returning to the castle, then? There is still a place for me in the kitchens?
No, my friend. We will not be returning to the castle, not yet. I'm on a very important expedition. One which may take some time. Could you wait for me in Eastpool until my journey is complete? I will come back for you then. I promise.
Of course, Your Grace. For you, I would gladly wait until my dying day.
Funnily enough, that's exactly what he wants. Just to keep you happy. Give an old man a bit of happiness.
Thank you, both of you. You've been most kind. The memory of serving the late Archduke was as one light in the darkness, and now that light burns a little more brightly. It's nothing but a fantasy, of course, but it's better than the truth of the matter. A damn sight better. The blight is on our doorstep. Our harvests are failing. The people are leaving in droves. If it weren't for Lady Hannah selling half her worldly goods to provide for the few of us who stayed behind, we would long since have starved. We want to keep the bearers safe here, we really do. But unless a miracle happens, we won't be able to spare a crust of bread to share between them soon enough.
Is it really that bad?
So bad, I even petitioned the Imperial garrison to take them. But when they found out where they'd come from, they damn near spat in our faces. Ducal dogs, they called them. Enemies of the Empire.
I know a man named Sid, who would gladly give a home to any bearer in need of one. Leave this with me. As soon as I return from Phoenix Gate, I'll speak with him.
Thank you, my lord. Will you be passing through Eastpool on your way back? I should very much like to speak with you again, if you have the time, regarding the future of the village, and what might be done for Lady Hannah. After all she's done for us.
Yes, of course. I'll be back anon.
Fare you well, my lord, my lady. I wish you a safe journey.
Back in the day. Back in my day. The dim.
The Deadlands are aptly named.
I didn't realize they were this close.
No wonder their crops are failing. The blight is leaching the ether from the soil. And when the last drop is drained, their fields will turn to this. No plants, no animals, no life.
And no monsters. I suppose that's one small mercy.
The bird just hit the floor like a sack of shit. Imperial province of Rosaria. Hello, I can hear you singing. The land comprised the western reaches of the continent of Storm, formerly known as the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. It became an imperial province after its annexation by the Holy Empire of Sunbreak in the year 861. Annabella Lissard, once Duchess of Rosaria and now Empress of Sunbreak, was granted stewardship of her former home and the title of Vicereine, a role she embraced with sadistic relish, enacting a regime of crippling taxation and constant surveillance, along with renewed persecution of the bearer population. Hello, chatter. Come here, then. Hello, kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss. No, stop the biting. The Vice-Regency. After the incorporation of Rosaria into the Empire, Emperor Sylvester elected not to rule the new province directly, but to make of it a vice-regency with Rosaria as its provincial capital. The Deadlands, barren waste bereft of ether, nor life stirs, and magic is all but unusable. Here both earth and water are stained black, preventing any seed from quickening. In recent years, the blight has spread ever more widely, displacing whole nations before it, driving once peaceable fauna to violent desperation and leaving silent devastation in its wake. The word kidding by being directly on the doorstep, it's literally just at the gate. So look where the green stops. Literally on the doorstep. The last shreds of land, yeah. So even the stones are fading. It's literally at the doorstep. Cool. Where's the bird that hit the floor like a sack of shit? Or do monsters even dwell in these areas? Ooh. What is this?
What's this? Another relic of the fallen.
Guess we're not going there anytime soon.
We won't be able to use any magic here.
Another thing to worry about. As if the absence of ether didn't cause enough problems.
Take away the lad's life force, and problems are all that's left.
Oh, I think it's just branches falling from the trees, not numbers.
I can hardly imagine what this place used to look like before the Blight took it.
I remember. It was beautiful.
Not anymore. Now it's a shithole.
There it is. Phoenix Gate. Where it all went wrong.
Come on, Clive. It's time to discover the truth.
Oh, you. That's very Final Fantasy 1. That angle, that shot. Not long ago, this was a lush forest teeming with life, but that was before the Blight rendered a twisted tangle of rotting boughs, shunned by even the foulest of vermin. Yeah, so not even monsters will go though. And then there's that door, which I'll probably forget about it. Phoenix Gate ruins, untouched in the many winters since the stronghold's fall. The scars of that fateful night linger still upon her walls. Phoenix Gate ruins.
It's almost as if time had stood still.
I suppose no one had any cause to return here. No. It's just as I left it. Let's have a look around.
Buried memories.
Could I have done this?
Could anyone?
Oh, that's a big crater. That's where it all happened.
What is it, Torgal? Clive.
Hello.
That's him.
live.
He's the only one who can tell me what happened. I have to know.
Is he going to find out who he really is this chapter? Always looking for sneaky chests.
Where is he?
Nowhere to be seen.
Damn it! He's like a bloody eel.
What is this place, anyway? Some sort of shrine?
Oh, sorry. You've never been here before. This is the Hall of the Gate.
The gate?
It's a relic of the Fallen. Only the Phoenix's dominant can open it.
Hence the castle's name. This was where Joshua was supposed to...
Yes. He would have stepped through this door the next morning and listened to the words of our ancestors.
Would you have
Guessing that
gone with him?
gate in the Dame is going to be similar. You need to have a
The apodatory is holy
icon's
ground.
blessing.
None but the dominant may enter. I and the other shields would have stood guard here and prayed for my brother's safe return. Where the hell did he go?
Perhaps he went inside.
He couldn't have. He'd need the power of the Phoenix.
Bright light.
Thank you, Joshua.
Are you sure about this?
Nevermore.
It's supposed to be like a dungeon. Oh, it definitely is. Hall of the Ancestors. It's definitely a dungeon. Isn't it?
Let's see if this one opens. Really be a fallen ruin.
You could hardly call it a ruin. It's perfect. Like it was built yesterday.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Now they're going to wake up. we fight. Five enemies in the air after using Deadly Embrace.
More trouble.
That's like a core from 14. That is a node.
It's over. How can these things still function?
How can any of this? This must be what the fallen ruins were like before they fell.
This place is huge.
Give them all you've got, boys.
Nicely done. Nice. Mini boss time.
Looks like it could take a beating.
Then let's give it one.
Keep your distance, boy.
Ooh, you little.
Not this time.
Oh, I did it twice. Oh.
Give them all you've got, boy. Don't let them get away.
Does any of this make sense to you?
None. Let's find the hooded man and leave.
Ah. Does that mean I might have wasted my money on that other one that I bought? Or was buying it the only way you could get it? But again, you're limited to 3 slots anyway, so... I don't use that ability anyway. Bombs.
Whatever they are, I don't think they're friendly.
Give them all you've got, boy.
Ow.
Don't let them get away.
Move. Ooh.
Would Joshua have had to run this gauntlet too?
No. At least not that I ever heard about. I imagine the Phoenix would receive a warmer welcome.
What's with the lights on the floor?
Here we go again. Where will we end up this time?
Surrounded by contraptions hell-bent on murdering us, I expect. Could the hooded man really have taken this path?
We won't know until we've followed it all the way to the end. Come on, let's keep looking.
Ooh. Bag of money.
Don't let them get away.
Stay down. It's over.
You little. Ow.
Give them all you've got, boy.
Ah, it did give us it as well. Sad of us, I wasted my money. Right, never buy accessories from the shop for abilities. Lesson learned. Oh wait, hang on, they're different. That's the Will of the Wind, which actually increases damage. I'll let it off. Hey Lou, how do?
I don't like this.
Is that an iron giant? That's an iron giant.
Seems the feeling's mutual.
I pressed the wrong button again. I keep instinctively pressing the circle every now and then.
Don't let them get away.
Game's alright. Like I said, I just had a couple of little concerns in the early stages of the game being a bit linear. But it's slowly getting less and less linear.
Not this time.
My other gripe is like there's like no control of your party members other than the dog. Like, you can give the dog some basic commands, but you can't control any other party member. Press the attack. Oh crap.
It's drawing in energy.
Not for long, it isn't. With me. Don't let them get away.
Ooh.
It's down.
This is our chance.
Give them all you've got, boy.
Not this time.
Keep your distance, boy. Don't let them get away.
Get out. This was sort of like our first dungeon. Fallen Iron. Despite thousands of years having passed since its forging, not a single blemish, scratch, nor patch of rust can be found upon this metal surface. As to how that is possible, none can say, and the answer will likely remain lost forever.
It's done.
What are these creatures? And why do they keep attacking us?
They're probably asking themselves the same thing. We're the ones trespassing here. They're just protecting their home. Jill, look.
Is that some kind of mural?
It's worth a closer look, whatever it is.
Ever win, wicked wild, the wheels. Completely forgot to check this. Phoenix Gate. The remains of the fortress destroyed in the year 860 on what came to be known as the Night of Flames, the castle's invasion by Sandrakur's assassins, and the battle between the two icons of fire that arose in its wake. The ancient ruins lie beneath and are reached by means of an underground pathway. Prior to Rosaria becoming an imperial province, the gate was of great importance to the people of the duchy because the site of the rite for ancestral communion. The Phoenix, the Warden of Fire, the last seen on the night of the Imperial invasion of the Phoenix Gate in the year 860, when the young Joshua Rossfield lost control of his powers. The Phoenix first awakened among the Motes of Fire, an ancient tribe whose dwelled in the western reaches of Storm, and the careful preservation of bloodlines among the Rosarian nobility ensured that its dominant would always be born in the ducal line. The Hunted Man, mysterious man that many believe to be the dominant of fire. Clive first saw him at the Phoenix Gate on the night of the Imperial invasion, and for years believed him to be the dominant of the icon that killed his brother. To Clive's eternal chagrin, he is proved otherwise. The Fallen, an ancient yet highly advanced civilization whose relics can be found across the length and breadth of the Valisthea. The material for which these relics are constructed is far sturdier than steel and cannot be worked by modern methods, so the people of the modern days have elected to build inside and around them instead. And now we're inside of a one. It's definitely like a Final 14 dungeon, this. Hello.
All right then.
A lich.
Give them all you've got, boys.
Who's that?
Keep your distance, boy.
What the hell was that thing? It wasn't like the others.
It would seem this place holds even more secrets than we thought.
Yeah. Which way do I go? Well, the camera pointed us to this one, so I'm going to deliberately go to the other one first.
Look out!
did something.
Huh. Oh yeah, that'll.
What have we here?
Another fallen wonder.
So, it isn't a dead end after all.
Apparently not.
Onward? This feels like a save the game moment. Apothecary?
It all seems to lead to this room.
And look what's in it.
What is that?
How old do you suppose this is? 1,000 years? More?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like it before. Who is that in the middle, do you think? Some sort of god?
I can guess what that is. Clive has the ability to take the essence of other people's icons. And I think when he brings all those essences together, he'll become that. And I'm guessing his brother's trying to stop him. If that's his brother.
You're him. The second dominant of fire. Who are you?
What? Well, there's two hooded figures. One that looks like Joshua and one that looks like him. Or what? Nanny?
What? I'm back. Joshua! Stop it! Please! Stop! I did this. I killed him. Joshua chose me to be his shield. He gave me his blessing and asked me to keep him safe. I should have protected him that day. It was my duty.
Clive.
Joshua. I'm sorry. I failed you. Joshua died. I killed him. And I blamed another for what I did. To spare myself the guilt. I feared that by accepting it, I would lose what little was left of me. So I ran. From everything. And now? Are you ready to accept the truth? I am. I know it won't be easy, but it's what I must do. So that Joshua's soul can finally rest in peace.
This is the Phoenix fully accepting him now, isn't it? Oh, we're gonna gain full control of him.
No matter how bitter the truth that awaits me, I will press on. Come, Ifrit. Show me who you truly are.
Ow.
Not this time.
Hack his tootsies.
Toast, though.
back. I like a quick retreat option for moments like that. Dash doesn't seem to cover enough, like dodge doesn't seem to cover enough ground. Ow. Rip them up. Get down here, Ifrit.
Garuda, lend me your strength.
Mine. Oh, I've got to fight myself now.
Still you deny it. Even when the truth's staring right at you. Come on, Clive. Face your fears. Not this time. Not this time.
Oh, he's gone mid.
I see. example.
Oh. Yeah.
Too slow.
Help Clive.
No escape, eh? It's all right. I'm done running from you. Together, then. It's time to find out who we are, once and for all.
Oh, what is that? Accept the truth. My turn.
Show yourself, Ifrit.
Hear that? Da, 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 da. This is more like it.
The truth of it now. You are not afraid. I am.
Yes. Oh, come on, don't just be an entire QT. It's the one thing that's disappointing. Let me fight. It's just a QT, isn't it? Yeah. Ah, oh, come on, man. It's my biggest complaint. cool cinematic. I just don't like that it's bound to just spam and square. There was a similar event happened earlier when we were playing as freaking Ifrit. Where we could, it started off where we had full control of them, where we could charge in, we could slash, we could grab the enemy, and then the second half just became exactly like that, where it was just watch a cutscene and press square. It's cool cinematics, but I'd like it if I could control, please. Don't get us wrong, that whole fight was awesome. But again, I want to play the game, not press square. Fire Shard. The power of the icon Ifrit made manifest. This shard of crystal is hot to the touch and can be heard to emit a soft hum when held to the ear. Last you accept the truth. You are born to wield limitless power. Embrace it. Acceptance.
Clive, are you all right?
Jill. It's nothing. I'll be fine. No more chasing shadows. The hooded man isn't here. We should go.
Clive, are you sure you're all right? Whatever it is, you can tell me.
I had a hard enough time telling myself. I awakened as a dominant of fire, right here in this castle, and I've been running from it ever since. But now I know for certain who I really am. The second icon of fire, who killed my brother and burned this castle to the ground, was me. Ifrit.
Clive.
I took so many lives that night, and destroyed so many more, including yours. And I must atone for the crimes I've committed. But not before I learn the whole truth. How can a second icon of fire even exist? And why was I chosen as its dominant? Who is the hooded man who brought us here? And what does he want? I need to know. And since I'm still breathing, I might as well make myself useful.
We'll find your answers together. I want to learn the truth too. There'll be time enough for atonement when we're done.
I was hoping you'd say that. I don't think I could do this without you. You never were one to hide from the truth, even when we were young. And you haven't changed a bit.
You're wrong. I have changed. But I don't want to be that person anymore. The things she did were unforgivable. And yet, they're what brought us back together.
Thank you, Jill.
There he is.
If he is here, then the disturbance I felt at the care must have been... Confound it. The hour is later than I thought.
That's definitely Joshua. Meanwhile, in confusing Storyland, Castle Dasbog. He's not going to be happy that Benedicta's gone.
Who did this? Or I'll see you suffer the same fate.
The man who delivered the coffer said... He said Sid paid him.
Wait. Did Sid send her head in a box? Did he go back and chop her head off?
I let you run amok with the rest of your rats, and this is how you repay me? Find out where he is.
What is Sid after?
I'll crush him, flay him, rip out his heart, him and all his filthy brood.
Hey Jamie, hide him.
And send every last one of them to hell. Out.
Yes, yes, my lord.
It's the guy from Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy. It looks almost like him, just less hair. And beefier. What is Sid playing at? Why did he send a head to him in a box? Sid's clearly after something else.
Benedicta.
That mural that we saw, is Sid aware of it in some way? Is he trying to make that thing become a reality? My guess is that thing that we saw on that wall is actually what happens if Clive draws in all of the summons into himself. He'll become that. And I wonder if Sid knows that and he's trying to make that happen. Like originally, I think he was originally going to do it with Jill. Or Benedicta. Maybe Benedicta was his original goal. And then that changed. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Ifrit awoken. Clive has gained control of the icon Ifrit, allowing access to new iconic abilities such as Ignition, a fiery lunge that drives back enemies while dealing continuous damage, as well as unlocking the Limit Break gauge. Slots for Ifrit's abilities are shared with those of the Phoenix and can be found via the abilities tab in the main menu. Limit Break. The Limit Break gauge is located beneath Clive's HP bar. Release Clive's inner beast and semi-prime into Ifrit by pressing L3 and R3 when this gauge is full. The gauge fills in battle both by taking damage as well as by successfully performing offensive and defensive maneuvers. Semi-priming temporarily grants increased attack potency and speed, gradual HP regeneration, and guard-breaking strikes. So you can't just freely turn into Big Bahamut. You can only do semi-prime. I'm guessing semi-prime is the reason for you being able to change in areas where Bahamut would be too big.
So, what next?
We return to Eastpool. I promised the mayor I'd talk to him again. About Lady Hannah amongst other things. Though she may be loath to leave, I can't help thinking she'd be safer with Sid too.
All right. We should arrange an introduction then.
I don't think anyone's safe with Sid. I think it was bang on right early in the beginning. Ever since we first met him, I said, I think he's got other goals. No way his goal was just to have everyone live happy and die on their own terms, blah, blah, blah. It's clear he had other plans. Oh, look, the menu bar's changed. See how it's now got everything highlighted in red? Never used to be like that. That's because he's now fully in control of Ifrit. Will of the Wykes. Summon a storm of fireballs that circle around Clive, damaging nearby targets while also absorbing damage. Ooh. Ignition. Attack while charging, inflicting multiple hits and forcing the enemy back, can be used in mid-air. Limit break. Ah, you got to unlock it. Oh no, it says learned. It's 1,000 upgrade. I was gonna say. That'll be a bit of a kick in the nuts. Well, that's all I can do for now. I wish you had more slots for equipment skills. Like, why can't you have, like, X and circle as well? Like, when you hold right trigger to actually use the abilities, like, why don't you just have it so the bottom two change as well? Because, like, you're only using trigger when you want to use those abilities. So you could easily have Phoenix Shift and Jump disappear as well. But then when you let go of that, Phoenix Shift and Jump will appear again. I don't know why they've made it so you can only have 2 skills instead of 4. I'm confused. Very limited. What's up, Toggle?
Torgal, what is it?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
Oh shit, is that place being attacked? East Pool. Oh, shit.
What happened here?
Look at him, just jibbing that person over and over.
Imperials. You'll pay for this.
We've got a live one.
What are you doing here? Answer me! Remember our orders? No survivors!
That includes you.
Don't let them get away.
What just happened there? Son of a...
Thought you could escape us, did you, Branded? You were born a slave, and you'll die one.
Kill all the ducal dogs! Ducal dogs? They were innocent people!
Fucking scum.
That's enough.
What are you doing? Get off total.
It's over. This place offers That's enough.
Give them all you've got, boy.
To the sword, bearer or no?
All must burn. The bearers and those who sheltered them. By Empress Annabella's command.
My mother ordered this.
Yeah, because your mother's a psycho.
Clive.
I know. You can wait. Who's that? Better already. Not this time. Too slow.
Nice dodge.
Give them all you've got, boy.
Too slow.
Get out. Love, love. Ah, the got her as well.
I'm sorry, Lady Hannah.
Hannah Murdoch, wife of Rodney Murdoch, the Lord Commander of the Rosarian Army. Since her marriage, she resides in the Murdoch Manor in Eastpool, remaining there even after her husband's death at Phoenix Gate, unless her time was also to be cut short at the hands of the villainous servants of the Empress Annabelle. Annabelle's Clive's mother, and she's hated him ever since he was a kid because he wasn't chosen by Phoenix. But we think a real motive is she doesn't like anyone that's basically a bearer. She wants them all wiped out from existence. She betrayed her husband in that. Annabelle Lesage, former Duchess of Rosaria, now Empress of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque. It was ever her purpose in life to preserve her phoenix-bearing bloodline, for which reason she betrayed her husband, that she might enter in league with a force she judged the mightier. Now she rules over Rosaria as viceroy of the imperial province, which she rules with a cruelty and contempt for the baseborn that was unknown in Archduke Elwin's day. Ducal loyalists, those who maintain allegiance to the late Archduke Elwin and work for the revival of the fallen Duchy of Rosaria. After Rosaria was incorporated into the empire, more swore loyalty to their new viceroy, the Empress Annabella. Even more converting after they saw how those who refused to change their allegiances were persecuted. This persecution was to only grow, culminating in the burning of Eastpool by imperial troops on the pretext that their reluctance to surrender Rosalith's bearers to the constabulary proved their disloyalty to the Holy Throne. The term had a different meaning in the time before imperial occupation. Rosaria was founded by the union of several small independent nations, each led by its own noble house. These houses remained powerful even after unification, sometimes leading to friction between the loyalists who argued for the Archduke's ultimate authority and the separatists who pushed for a return to autonomy. The Imperial Army. The ensemble forces of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque. While officially under the command of the Cardinals, it is Holy Emperor Sylvester Lesage, whom the legions truly serve. On the battlefield, the dragoons, peerless lancers renowned throughout the realm, are the Empire's keenest weapon, descending from the skies to sow terror and disarray among their hapless foes.
You deserved so much better. All of these people did. Better than my mother.
We're too late. Gav. Clive. Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew East Pool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip. If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers.
Yeah, the one who let slip begins with C and ends
The
with
way
D.
Father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. But it can wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
What happened to the hole in the wall? That big dude with a hammer came out of her house through a massive hole in the wall. I don't see no hole in the wall anymore.
Ready then.
Now, rats, lead me to your nest. Cook has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
He's gonna tail her back to the hideout. It's not letting her go anywhere else. Righting wrongs.
To Sid Solar, then. We have a lot to discuss.
Yes? What? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You got out else? It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. Is that all?
I see I'm busy here. What's saying for you, dear? And?
Ah, so yeah, just scrolls along. Cool.
Clive! You're alright! I thought you might be... Ah!
Enchantment! That's all I think of when I see him.
Wanted to send a message.
What happened? Is everything all right?
No, it's not.
Now, my research can continue apace, and when my fertilizer is complete, the furrows will need expanding.
Bah, not a yummy nut inside, Cooper.
Come by again when we've grown some fruit worth eating, and I'll see that you get some.
The reports from Eastpool are disturbing. We knew the Vicereine had no love for her subjects, but to order the slaughter of an entire village.
You tell Sid what you told me. We can hammer out the details once that's done.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick breather, ain't I?
Hey.
I can set a broken arm, soothe a cough, settle a stomach. But there is no remedy for what happened in Eastpool. My talents are worthless in the face of such cruelty.
We're low on gig and toad oil and curial greens. Should I put an order in with Lady Karen?
Hey, Fluffy, what are you doing over there?
We can keep running. Or we can walk through this door.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
Da 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 da
The best kind. to sneak into the Imperial capital and pay a visit to Mother.
Huh. Oh, look at that. Earlier. That is a beautiful view. Offering the Holy Empire of Sunbrook. The Council of Elders. White Worm Lair.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire acquires, we need but look south.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think that...
Yeah.
Well, I don't think
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without?
Crystalline Domain. A tiny independent state straddling the continents of Storm and Ash. Its capital, Twinside, is built on the tiny Isle of Ark from which its mother crystal Drake's tail rises. The lack of a dominant has seen the Dominion become the subject of constant maneuvering over the years, both political and military. And it was only through the recent convening of the Council of All Nations that a non-aggression treaty towards the neutral body was forged, and a tenuous stability amongst century-old rivals achieved. The Council of Elders, advisors to the Holy Emperor of Sanbreque, and the highest body of government in the Empire. The council consists of 5 cardinals of the Gregorian Church who are intended to rule in the emperor's stead. The emperor, meanwhile, is expected to serve as a constitutional monarch. But there is little to prevent one who wishes to impose their will upon the council from playing a more autocratic role. The Holy Empire of Sanbreque, a nation occupying the northeastern reaches of the continent of Storm, with the great city of Ulfrim as its capital. Political power in the empire technically resides with the 5 cardinals, but even they are bound to the whims of the Holy Emperor in those matters of state in which he takes interest. In the year 860, at the Empress Sylvester's behest, the cardinals agreed upon a plan to liberate Rosaria from the marauding forces of the Iron Kingdom, after which the duchy had little choice but to bend the knee and become an imperial province. Ulfrim, the capital of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque, located in northeastern Storm on a peninsula that dominates Oilpith Bay and is home to the mother crystal known as Drake's Head. All the Empire's major institutions are located here, including White Worm Castle, seat of the Holy Emperor, and meeting place of the Cardinals. Sylvester Lesage, Emperor of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque, who won his throne at least partly by virtue of his son, Dion, having awakened as the dominant of Bahamut.
But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men. Sandbreak is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
There will be an uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry.
But how much will that cost? And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs? Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do.
Pretty water.
Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Orther. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
Yeah, you had a big scrap of Orton.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today. We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing. All right, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy.
So this is very Final Fantasy XIV story now. Similar to how primals draw ether from the environment and sap the lands dry. Except this time, the mother crystals and anyone that is using the crystals is doing the same thing.
They're mine from the mother crystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was higher-ups? The gods themselves?
So now you want to do something about the crystals? And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
I still don't know how to take him, like...
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
If everything we were taught about the Mother Crystals was a lie, then what else might we have been deceived about?
I don't take Sid at full value here. I still don't completely trust him. Because again, why did he send that hit? Unless he didn't do that. Unless someone's just framed him. But... you know.
I'll give you two a moment to sort out your kit. It's a long walk to Oriflamme. I wouldn't want you keeling over on the way.
Don't mind me. Just taking a...
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier. Didn't sound happy. What do you suppose it could be?
The reports from Eastpool are disturbing.
And that guy's probably already tailed we're here, so he knows where we are now.
The letter? No, 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 no. Oh, please, no.
You've lost a letter. Nothing too important, I hope.
Not just a letter. I lost everything. There's a hole in my damned pack, and fool that I am, I didn't bloody notice.
It can't be that bad, surely.
How could it be any worse? I'm a courier. I carry things. If I can't do my job right, then what am I good for? Nothing, that's what. I buggered it right up. That means no herbs for the infirmary, and no fresh meat for our cooking pots. Worst of all, that letter I lost? It was for Sid. A letter he's been waiting on for days.
Maybe if you retrace your steps.
I'd scour Storm from coast to coast if I could, but there are curse breakers in the field, counting on my arrival. No, I'll just have to own up to Otto and Sid. They're gonna skin me alive.
Fine. Tell me where to look.
Are you serious? Thank you.
It sounds like the hideaway could use those supplies. So, where should I start?
Gotan's bales, perhaps? I took a tumble in the bushes when I was passing through. There's a chance my pack might have caught on something. If you can find everything I dropped, you'll be doing us all a favor. And if you can find Sid's letter, you'll be saving my life.
If it's there, I'll find it.
Wonderful. Now, I have to run if I'm to make my next delivery in time. I trust you can find your way to Gotan's bales. Oh, and hurry, will you? Sid doesn't like to be kept waiting.
I'm sure he doesn't.
Red letter dear.
The letter won't last very long out in the elements. I should make for Sambrek as soon as I can.
Let's go, go, go.
The courier said his pack might have split while he was passing through the bales. I better keep my eyes open. Good. Looks like I'm in the right area. More of the lost supplies. I doubt he could have fit much more in his pack. Still no sign of Sid's letter, though. We've come this far. Might as well ask around.
A little overdressed to be picking grapes, aren't you? Are you here for Master Quentin?
I'm looking for a letter someone dropped nearby. And I suppose you've seen it.
Can't say I have, sorry.
Well, if you do...
Wait, I did pass a dog with something in its mouth a little while back. Could have been a piece of paper. No idea if it was your letter, but you never know.
Which way did it go?
Towards Lostwing? Seemed well looked after to me. Dare say someone there's been feeding it.
To the village, then. Thank you.
I'll have you know, manning the village entry is no small task. There's plenty of unsavoury sorts in these parts.
It's looking to be a fine harvest.
Back, are you? Did Master Quentin summon you?
The shad's all salted and smoked.
Bad dog.
It seems we have our culprit. Sorry, boy. Someone's waiting for this. And he's waited long enough already. Hopefully this will keep our courier out of trouble.
A whole day on the line and they're still...
But what'll we do for supper?
But how did the grocer know his daughter had been stealing them?
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine.
Right. Lionheart tonic. Gradually fills limit gauge for 30 seconds. It is said that one's own limits are made to be broken, but that doing so is easier said than done. Fortunately, there are ways of convincing the mind that such improbable feats are not only possible, but readily within reach, this tonic being one of them.
Ah, yes. You're always welcome here in Lostwing.
Sun's setting fast.
So it took a tilt between the Wardens of Light and Dark to finally drive the Royalists from our shores. Pity it came at such a price. They say the fields of Belenus were black a full fortnight with all the ravens.
That's a lot of dead. Hello.
If you've something to ask, ask.
Ask about Quentin.
What is there to know?
Some would call me Mia, Allah's master. The people of Lostwing know the truth. As for my relationship with Sid, suffice to say that he and I share certain mutual interests which have brought us together. We are allies of convenience, nothing more. I scratch his back, he scratches mine. And neither of us lingers over long on the details.
When I arrived...
Lostwing was no more than a collection of tottering hovels, huddled in the shadow of ancient hubris. The ideal place, in short, for one who sought to escape the watchful gaze of the Empire.
Yet...
It was not until I had finished my survey of the neighbouring hills that I realised the true value of this place. The soil rich, the waters plentiful, and the sun strong, to wit, a more suitable environ for the growing of wine grapes. And so it proved, for our vintages now grace dining halls from the free cities to the frigid north.
It is a rare day.
When we are visited by the solitary. Even rarer when they hail from across the narrow.
And for what?
A dominant that may or may not exist. Be it smoke or flame, no good was ever had grasping it either.
If that is all?
Can I have another cup, Daddy?
There'll be none left for me.
Sun's setting fast.
I still can't open this door. She's still in there.
Bet you'd like to see what's behind that door, wouldn't you? Well, not on my watch.
Let me in! Let me in!
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Wanted to send a message.
Maybe I should just... Well, there you are. I just got back to the hideaway and thankfully Otto hasn't seen me yet. I don't suppose you,
Found the things you dropped. I did.
I was so sure they'd be gone. And the letter?
Only a little worse for wear.
Supplies intended for delivery to the hideaway by the clumsy courier Glenn, lost on the road due to an unfortunate placed hole in his pack. A letter intended for delivery to the hideaway by clumsy Glenn, lost on the road due to blah blah blah. Same description.
No more skulking about in the shadows for me then. And all thanks to you. Losing those supplies was one thing, but if Sid had found out about that letter...
Is it about Cursebreaker business?
If only. It's from his daughter. She's off studying in Canver, and her letters
Sid
are
has
all
a
that
daughter.
keep Sid sane while she's away.
You never mentioned a daughter.
Oh, he's a busy man. But thanks to you, he won't be wasting his time smiting careless couriers with levin boats. So I'd say you did us both a service. Here, for your troubles. If there's anything you're wanting from Sid, today's the day. He'll be sweet as honey once he gets his hands on this. Sid may be the hardest man I know, but when it comes to his daughter, he's soft as Chocobo down. You'll be champing at the bit to get this letter.
Oh. Well, Sid has a daughter. Something new every day.
He's never this late. Where are you, Randall?
Is everything all right?
Forgive me, young man. I was in a world of my own. I'm worried about my friend, you see. He left some time ago and hasn't returned. And you know what it's like out there for a bearer on his own.
Why leave the safety of the hideaway?
For coin. Sad though it is, our need outweighs the risk. The hideaway can't survive on goodwill alone. And though Karen does what she can, her coffers aren't bottomless. Wait. You were a soldier, were you not? In the Imperial Army?
I was.
Then might I ask a favour of you? I'm too old to be traipsing hither and yon. Will you go and find him for me?
I'll do what I can.
Oh, thank you.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Randall, and I suspect you'll find him in Lost Wing. He's been working for Quinton, the tavern keeper. He'll know something, I'm sure.
I'll speak to him.
Safe travels, my friend. And thank you again.
Needs of the many.
Randall went off to Lost Wing on a job. Portering, I believe. I expect the tavern keeper will know more.
Karen, one of Sid's most trusted allies, a merchant who calls the hideaway her home with a little help from her hard-working yet long-suffering apprentice Goats. She can source whatever supplies the residents of the hideaway need, provided they are willing to pay. She wears a glass eye in her right socket. Yeah, we kind of figured that out. Is that the new bit? Just that glass eye part? We kind of figured that out. I spotted that like as soon as we walked over. The mother crystals. Other people of Valisthea rely on the crystal mined from the mountains in their everyday lives and flock to the aether-rich land around them in pursuit of their blessing. Sid points that it is in fact the mother crystals and their ability to draw aether from the earth that is the reason for the Deadlands' advance. The few who learn the truth are hunted down by those in a position of power, those whose power rests on their control of this crucial resource. You're not going to have any power if you fucking bleed the land dry, you numpties. There'll be no land left to rule over. People are dumb. Dum da dum dum dum.
But how did the grocer know his daughter?
Ah, if it isn't Sid's young protege. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm looking for a bearer called Randall. I hear he's been coming to you for work. He was expected back at the hideaway some time ago. A friend of his asked me to check on him.
Randall, you say? The porter? Yes, I know him. And I can't say I'm surprised if he has been delayed. I gave him enough to do. Though, thinking about it, he should probably have been back by now.
I'll go and look for him. Where was he headed?
He was to meet an associate of mine to the south of here, on Lorbert's Pass. I do hope nothing's happened to him. Be sure to let me know, Clive. Lorbert's Pass is south of here. Good luck finding Randall. Oh, and take care.
Can I have another cup, Daddy?
Sun's setting fast.
Da da da.
I heard from a couple of the bearers what you did to them royalists over at the care. Glad you're on our side.
Northern Valley.
You all right?
The hanged man. Thank the gods. You're one of us. We were attacked. Beastmen on the road. Randall knew he didn't play the hero, but the sod insisted on drawing him off.
Where did this happen?
Further down the road. In the clearing. Please. You have to see that he's safe.
I'll do what I can. You go back to Lost Wing and tell Quentin what happened.
The clearing where we were attacked. It's not far from here. Go! Find Randall!
In the desert?
Goblins. Why am I not surprised? Not this time.
Keep your distance, boy. Keep your distance, boy.
Too slow. Not this time.
Don't let them get away. Give them all you've got, boy.
Yeah, correct. Bone necklace. Very little rhyme and even less reason went into the creation of this ghastly neck ornament. The bone strung along its crude twine, most likely belonging to those unfortunate enough to meet its maker. Well, he did.
Sorry, Randall. Looks like I was too late. He doesn't deserve to rot by the roadside. I'll speak to Quentin.
What? What was that? Oh, what was that noise? Go. There you go. Good lead. Da 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 da.
Sun's setting fast. They'll all be back from the vineyard.
Good lead.
Ah, there you are. My man told me what happened. And? I can't help but notice you're alone. Damn it. I feared as much.
He's not far from the south gate. I trust you'll do right by him.
Of course. I'll send someone right away. I knew he was brave, though I didn't know he was reckless. Poor fool.
And you known him long?
A while. I liked the fact that he didn't shy away from dangerous work, and he liked what I paid.
Because it helped keep the hideaway afloat.
I'll tell Sid what happened here. I expect he'll be none too pleased to learn of Randall's fate. And I suppose you're none too happy either. For your trouble.
Well, that one didn't end happy. You don't seem to get quests in the other towns and that. Seems to just all come from the hideaway. We had a few in the one near the marshes. Barrels of that in a minute. Right. Fluffy birdie, what you doing? My ear is starting to hurt again. The painkillers are wearing off. Ugh.
I see I'm busy here. So, what'll it be?
Flame tongue. Oh, you've got to use Stormcry with it. With a tongue of flame, spark he the words of destruction. I can't see Book of Bryn, 1710.
No scratches, all right? Anything else?
Look at that. That matches the getup. I'm curious, how does water get here? I guess it's because they're inside this ruin, but obviously the lands around it is barren. So how does the water get here?
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Take a seat, Clive. I'll fetch you a bowl of brown.
Welcome to the family. Again.
Thanks.
If you can read, don't let Otto know.
Yeah, he never says anything different.
To work on the ledgers too.
Dung had so many uses.
Good day. Or...
I have quite the find for you today.
Continental Accord. An international pact made at the dawn of the present era, in which such matters as the treatment of bearers and the establishment of a realm-wide currency were laid out. It formed the basis of much of Velestian society as it stands today, including the branding of bearers and their status as non-persons. It also put in place a universal calendar, marking a symbolic fresh start for mankind, albeit one which put magic users at a crippling disadvantage. The Founder. Fear and uncertainty reigned in those early years following the sins of Zemkis? Silent Z? Silent D? Which one's silent? One of them's got to be silent. Not wanting to further incur the wrath of the heavens, the few who survived the fall took to wandering the land, spurning magic and staying to the shadows. And so they lived for decades. One man, however, grew tired of this life, if it could be called that, and after bidding his companions farewell, climbed a grassy knoll overlooking the forest of beech and alder. Here he gathered a pile of rubble and used it to build a humble shelter in which he spent the night. The next morning, however, instead of abandoning his work, as was his people's wont, he gathered more rocks, adding to the structure until the shelter had become a shack. This he continued for days, weeks, until the shack had become a home. At first, those few wanderers who passed the knoll would shun him, cursing the man under their breath for his hubris. But as his estate grew, and one building became two, and two three, the people began to slow their steps, and it was not long before some took to joining him on that knoll, gathering stones, building new lives, new destinies. This they did without magics or machines, without boon or blessing. They relied on naught but their hands, their backs, and their wills, and each other. And slowly house gave way to village, village to town, and town to nation. The man would one day die, as all men do, but those who remained continued his legacy, expanded upon it, and though his name was eventually forgotten, his spirit lives on to this day in the hearts of all Rosarians. Legend of the founder, Moss the Chronicler.
What subject shall we consider today?
Leader of the Hideaway, he unearthed the shocking truth that the mother crystals were the cause of all-consuming blight, and makes plans to see the mother fall, that Velasthea and her people might be saved. Nation occupied the northeastern reaches. The one true goddess made flesh. The empire is ruled by the Holy Emperor, the one true goddess made flesh, according to Gregorian's faith, who is served unquestioningly by the sworn knights of the Blessed Dragon, known more commonly as the Dragoons. Drake's Head, a mother crystal situated in the Sea of Grace in northern Sunbreak. Drake's Head towers over the holy capital of Alfheim, its mighty form a testament to the power and permanence of the Empire. However, mysterious aether floods and the spectre of the ever-encroaching blight have led some in power to call that permanence into question. The High Cardinal, first and foremost of the 5 cardinals who make up the Council of Elders, second only to the Holy Emperor in the imperial government. It is his role to lead the council in governing Sunbreak in the Emperor's stead, and provided the latter does not overrule his decisions, his authority is absolute.
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Do you need any help, Miss Molly?
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this time?
Oriflamme.
The holy capital. And what business would you lot have in... On second thoughts, I don't want to know.
Breath of Fire Heatwave.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. Speaking of Oriflamme, I hear the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic. If you ask me, summat foul's brewing, and a tintyre's borbile tea. Oh, just go and see Otto, will you?
All right.